Hi y'all, we're back again. Hey, it's bloody hot. Anyway, so we're going to go back into more of our hanging work and our different actions. So we went to, we had the initial one where we covered the cross step to here, and then coming to here and thrusting. The next one we did was just cutting into here and thrusting, and also just a rendition. If you were in Myers Flug, which has the fingers up, so your long edge is rolled up and somebody's striking, you can just do that action for that side. But because it's such a rarity, like, practice it, please. Notes I forgot to add. Anyway, on this one, we're actually going to do, we're going to go into this action, but there's some pieces to it. Part of this rendition comes from the Kolginger Codex on the Eisenport play, because I think it's Eisenport. No, it's not Eisenport. It's the Ox or the Shield. I can't remember which one it was. Keith Farrell had a wonderful video on it back from 2014. So this has always kind of been a fun one for me, and I actually run this as part of my abscess and drills. So bear with me. But on this, how this one will go is we'll be here in right flug. My opponent is throwing a strike. I'm going to go in for my parry action, right? Boom. Well, I didn't actually have it here where I can be a little bit more safe, or they made a really long step and I've come into here. So thus they're sitting about here. I can't really wind up to get this in without it getting messy. I can't sink the long point. A lot of options I can't quite do here. But I can just make that same cut with stepping off again. So there are two ways that this kind of happens for me. What happens usually is one of two things. Boom, like I showed just a minute ago. Where I've gotten here, oh shit, and nice work. While I step and I get that hanging and I'm still striking at them while staying safe. The other one is I went to go do the thrusting parry for abscess and I stepped. Damn it! I made a mistake. I changed the whole range. From here though, I can just do it with a back step and still end up in the same phase, right? If you're wondering about how this does in cutting tatami, it will cut through. It does do some things, or at least I can make it happen. Not saying that others can't or any of that notions. I'm also not telling you that it has to cut through the whole damn thing to work. You're hitting in here. It's not a good day. From the guy who took a steel cable to the mouth and shattered his face out, it does not take much force, right? So, I call this the Blindhau, or the blind, right? There's a lot of different people who wants to discuss Myers, different things. I'm personally more of a fan of Ted Elsner's type of rendition, where you're here, and then you're cutting without looking, and that's what effectively makes it a blind cut. So, I personally treat this as that. Okay? So on the actions that we're going to do, we'll start it with out making a step. So we're just going to thrust into an upper cron-like position, or some people call it a hanger. Reality semantics. Come to here. From here, this hand does the work, drives it out, and this comes to a thumb grip and step. Right? Once again, boom, hips are turned. Make the action. Okay? So to do that on a pel, here's your pel targeting. If you're my pel, I'm going to make sure I'm coming to here. Right? So we're going to work into thrusting to here. Alright, so now I have a good starting position. From here, I'm just going to try working to this. Okay? Once again, boom, boom. Oh, that took a nice chunk. So, first little phase, this one is a little simpler, but timing of the hips and getting that twist is highly important to me. So once you've done it without the step, we're going to do it where you fucked up and you made a step, right? Because you're going to abscess, oh shit, I ended here. I need to stay safe, right? So similar actions, we're gonna be a little further back, check our range, throw the cut, and it should end up just shy. That's where I like to play from. From here, thrust to here, and cut. I know you're having to end up in a cron unnaturally. It's okay. It's called training. And make the action. So now we are seeing how we can actually still effectively use cutting into hanging to make a strike, because I've changed my angles and my directions, right? A lot of little wording for this one, but I feel it's important to have. I hope it helps, and we've got more coming.